Hey, this is Miss 104 action figure collector on a budget and also comic book collector on a budget. I was just gonna talk a little bit about my favorite comic book character, which my favorite comic book character is Batwoman. I used to be a Marvel fan, but once DC relaunched the New 52, I picked up reading Batwoman. That being said, this series, when it first started, it was being penned by J.H. Williams and Blackman, I believe, yeah. When it first came out. When they relaunched the New 52. Well, about a year ago, I think it was about a year ago, DC decided that they didn't want their characters to be married, but their characters, which was Kate Kane, which is Batwoman, if you don't know, Batwoman and her girlfriend Maggie Sawyer, who's a detective, they can't be married, but they can have sex in the comic. I mean, literally, it was very well done, but it was, kind of, graphic for a comic book. But anyway, so J.H. Williams and Hayden left, and they brought in a new writer, which was, what's his last name? I have to see it to be able to say it. Andreyko. So, since Andreyko has taken over, because he's the lead writer, I believe, the comic hasn't been as good. And to be fair to Andreyko, Hayden and J.H. Williams, that comic run was outstanding. The art was unbelievable. It won several awards, the comic, the writing, and the art. People were buying the comic book simply because the art was that beautiful. It was awesome. I've never seen a comic before or since that has had that level of artistic beauty. Really, I haven't. I have all those comics with J.H. Williams and everything. So, to be fair to Andreyko, it's difficult to come behind somebody who is doing a completely awesome job. It's hard. But because Batwoman is my favorite, I have stuck with the comic, and there's been some real duds in there that just sucked. To me, like I said, I'm comparing it to, to J.H. Williams and Hayden, which everything they put out was the bomb. So, the Batwoman number 34. I'll start there. This cover actually is pretty darn good. I'm not even sure who did the artwork on it, but this cover is pretty good. It's better than what they usually put out. And this particular comic, the writing is pretty good. It's not as good as it was, but I can deal with it. This was pretty good writing in here. That's Nocturna and Batwoman, and Nocturna has taken a liking to Batwoman. She wants her. You know how a vampire wants somebody, but anyway, she wants her bad. But this one was pretty good. Then they had, let me see, I must have put it over here. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. Anyway, then they had 35. Now, this right here starts a whole new arc, I guess you could say. And cover is kind of generic. This comic to me was simple. and kind of silly. And I was completely lost when I picked it up. When I went from this comic here, I knew what was going on. I knew the backstory, everything that was going on. I wasn't lost. But when I picked this comic up, Batwoman went from being seduced by Nocturna to fighting in outer space with a bunch of people that weren't normally around her. Like, I think Clayface was there. Her sister Allison was there. There's a big backstory with Allison, and if you don't read the comic, I'm not going into it because it's too much. Okay. But Allison was there. You can see Batwoman in the spacesuit and all the other people / demons or whatever. So, okay. And I can suspend reality a little bit, but are you really going to go into outer space and fight in a spacesuit where all I have to do is puncture it for you to die? No, not really. Because it's just a regular old spacesuit trimmed in her colors, by the way. But anyway, but this this comic was not good at all. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't know what in the world was going on. And who are the unknowns? Hell breaks loose. The clothes makes the man. We're all mad here. Feet of clay. We're all mad here. That's a silhouette of her sister. This is Clayface. I forget the name of that demon, but that's a demon. And that one there, I don't even know who it is. But I was very confused when I went from this, which was actually pretty good, to this right here, and didn't know what was going on. I mean, I've read this a couple of times, still didn't know what was going on. So then they came out with this one, which is, this is number 36. Number 36 kind of sort of picks up from this one. And this one, the artwork on the outside is pretty good, but it's with Hayden and J.H. Williams, the artwork on the outside and the inside matched. You know, it looked good. But, like, the artwork out here looks pretty good. But then, kind of like the style here doesn't really match the style out here. So, it's like you get one thing on the cover, and then you get one thing, a different thing on the inside, you know, like that right there. On this one, the cover and the interior art kind of match. You can tell it's the same artist. And maybe that doesn't make a difference to you, but I'm a comic book connoisseur, so it does make a difference to me. The story, though, in this one is pretty good, and I can follow it from the other story, so that's pretty good. If Draco can keep up this level, then I can continue to follow the comic and enjoy reading Batwoman, but he's also did this one, which is kind of silly. I didn't like it. For those who don't read comics, you know, they have different comics for different ages, mentalities, whatever. Batwoman is always kind of been for adults, and it's always had kind of adult themes going on, like I was saying, but prior to it had, you know, same-sex relationships. And even back here when J.H. Williams and Greg Rucker were doing this is a graphic novel. They had, let's see if I can find it, and oh gosh, that is beautiful. I'm sorry, I just had to show you this. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous art. That is absolutely gorgeous. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we used to get, and we don't get that anymore. We do not get that anymore. Trying to find. This has got the story of what happened to Kate's mom. Okay, here we go. Like I said, it's an adult theme. This is pictures of Kate, and I'm not sure what this other person's name is. Not sure what the other person's name is that she's having this talking kind of like a little relationship with. But this right here is addressing Kate's stint when she was in the military, at like West Point or something. But she was in the military, and that was this little thing here showing the don't ask, don't tell. You know, I mean, like I said, they kind of have adult themes in it. And pretty much, you know, she was really, really like the squad leader. Her dad is like a colonel. She's doing an outstanding job at her school. But you know, they wanted her to lie about her relationship, and she said, a cadet shall not lie, cheat, or steal, nor suffer others to do so. I'm sorry, sir. I can't. I am gay. That's what she said. And she took her ring off, and she left the academy because they wanted her to lie about her situation there, and she didn't. But anyway, I kind of digress. But that's the kind of stuff we were getting from them. And then we kind of had to, you know, get into this here. And, you know, and Draco, like I said, those last two comics were pretty good. He may be really good, but, you know, he's having to bend, I'm sure, to DC's leadership, because the reason he was hired was because J.H. Williams and Hayden wouldn't write the way DC wanted, you know. And honestly, I don't think they should write the way DC wanted, because their books were awesome when they were doing the writing and planning and coming up with the ideas for the plot and the storyline and all that. The book was comic was winning award after award. Now, pretty much Batwoman has fallen into mediocrity. It's just it's an okay comic. Sometimes it's a good comic. Sometimes it's a bad comic. But it ain't winning no awards like it was before. I wish DC would, and no offense to and Draco, but he just don't got it like that. He don't have it like they had it. So I wish DC would leave their people alone, let them write what they want to write, because obviously we the readers were buying it. This is Melissa 104 Action Figure Collector on a Budget, out.